Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, my favorite podcast. They put them on the internet for the ease of access. They stream them even sometimes on some websites. You know the podcast as Arcade Parlor. Arcade Parlor. That's right. We're coming in hot. Today's date, March 29th. It's 7:43 p.m. Eastern. Wow, we haven't done an evening recording in a long time. This always feels weird. Always feels weird when we do this. And I say always. We've only done this once before.
I apologize.
This is episode 30. Episode 30 of Arcade Parlor. We're great.
Wow.
It's great to have everybody who's joined us live on twitch.tv this evening. Everyone has busy lives as on Saturday nights, and you're able to join us here live. We thank you for it. We also want to thank our listeners who are tuning in at a future release, which this will be releasing on March 31st, according to my notes. Apparently, I forgot to change the TH to an ST, so it's March 31th. Where this
34th.
March 31st. March 34th. This episode will be releasing on your podcast app. So we want to thank you who are tuning in on March 31st on your commute to work or whatever you're doing. We're not this. We're already in a mood right now. We before the podcast, I don't know. We were watching over the Twitch chat, and people are trying to, the biggest mystery of all, what does the WC in Chess's name stand for? By the way, we're joined by Chess. I know this is a little unconventional, the way that we're introing everybody. Hey, we're rejoined by Chess WC. Chess, great to have you on here.
Yo, thank you guys for having me. Really, really appreciate it. Excited to be here.
What was so we were in a little bit of a mood.
What was the WC?
Yeah, what was the WC? So
you post that as a question.
Well, hold on. Before we get there, I want to put in some.
Okay,
I want to mention some things in the chat. Normally, we don't talk about the chat here on the podcast, but there's some credits I think that are due. People who were trying to guess what the WC stands for. I saw wet clothes was an option. What was a guess? Possibly wet clothes. Water clams. Water clams was one.
Water chestnuts too.
Well cooked was a great one. There was some pretty good ones in here. I'm even just kind of scrolling it right now just to see. Wanted con man was pretty funny, I thought. Wicked cool. And then Chess, you had a great one. You put it in the chat. Do you want to mention what that was?
WC, to settle it once and for all. WC equals who cares?
the who cares, which was might I add one additional thing, very quickly followed by we care. WC we care. That had us dying. Right before recording.
So
anyway,
WC means we care. That's good. That's
yes.
A good one.
The we care. The we care. Chess. It's
shut up.
Go what?
No.
This is. Oh my goodness! I love it when episodes start like this. This is fun.
I saw walrus clamps and whirlpool conundrum. I thought they deserved a shout out.
That is incredible. Oh my goodness!
That's a cool band name.
It is.
They're all good band names.
Conundrum.
Oh, that's so good. So good. Jess, it's great to have you back on here. I'm going to call you guest number 22, but I think you're technically 21 and a half because you've already been on here. But I'm going to call you guest number 22 tonight because you're coming back. You were on here. We did the math. You were last on here on episode 5 of Arcade Parlor. Wow. So 25 episodes ago. You know, that's that's 2 years of recording plus a month. And you're back with us. That's crazy. I was like, you know, when we were talking about you coming onto the podcast, I think we mentioned almost like 2 weeks ago that you're going to be on here. I was like, man, it's weird to reference things like that go back 2 years on recording. Like, oh, yeah, he was on here like roughly 2 years ago or something like that. I was like, man, that's a weird thing to say.
I feel like very, very at home right now. I feel like I was here yesterday, you know?
That's good. That's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. Before we go any further, Chess, of course, it's great to have you back. We have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about tonight, but I do want to obviously go around the room as usual. A little unconventional, but that sometimes it needs to be a little unconventional. We're also joined by my co-host, Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, Poncho.
How are you?
Yo, Ashley.
I'm good. I think it took 30 episodes for me to not be the first one introed, and honestly, it was well worth pushing me back.
I think you're right. Yeah, because the reason why I've always gone with you for it just makes sense in the way that our video app, when we're talking with each other, just puts you on the top left, so it just naturally makes sense. And I think it does it all alphabetically, and nobody's had a higher letter than A in their name, so we just always start there and kind of go around the room.
It's not ladies first or anything, y'all, so don't worry. I'm doing good. Happy to be here. Happy to see our old friend Chess WC. It's kind of crazy because the last time that he was here, we didn't even do the podcast live on Twitch yet. No one got to see the video except for the eyeballs here. And Bleachy back when he was with us. And I think it's so cool that we not only do we get to have Chess back on, we've all been friends all this time. We get to all catch up here again. But we get to the people get to see our good friend. It's gonna be a fun episode today. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean a lot. Yeah, you're right. A lot has changed. Chess, back when you were on here, we did not live stream or record any of the videos. I mean, a lot has changed even in that respect of what we do.
Definitely.
And I'm even looking at your video that you're giving to us, which looks great. And it's vastly different than what it was last time.
Yeah. It's been a work in progress. And last time I was actually using a different mic. And the mic was actually on top of a conga drum. That was the stand I used for the mic. And it was very far away from, it was a foot from my mouth. And it wasn't recording. And I heard the recording and I was like, why do I sound so bad? And Ashley was like, you kind of far away from the microphone. So ever since then, I actually try to make it better. This is a different mic though. I like it better. And in terms of the instruments and stuff, it's so crazy. And, you guys deal with audio too.
Mm-hmm.
And, I deal with audio as well. But imagine dealing with what you deal with, but add drums, playing with drums or, the piano, the instruments, or every now and then I do a little instrument on the mic, blah blah blah. And sometimes especially with the other mic, I would have to set up different instances of the mic with different filters.
Sure.
Because then the noise cancellation is gonna cancel this instrument, and man, it's but it's fun. It's awesome to deal with audio and learn and stuff like that. But that's what I'm gonna say. Besides the setup itself, I've tried to make it work ergonomically. I can jump and play drums and come back and play video games and then boom, boom, boom. And I feel like it's in its final form this January. It took me all this time to get it perfect. And I feel like it's kind of perfect now. So I'm very happy with the setup. And since then, it's greatly improved. It's greatly improved. Since I did the podcast with you guys.
That's all of us, we stream, we do other things too. And so yeah, we do all mess with audio. And if for those listening who don't do any of this type of stuff like recording or live streaming, whatever, what people, I don't think people realize is how audio is I would argue audio is the most important part of your stream, of your content. Mm-hmm. And it's also the hardest to get right. I can watch a stream, sure. I can watch a video where maybe there's a little pixelation, whatever. But like if the audio is
right,
peaking and just like crackling, like I can't do it. Like audio is the number one thing, and it's so hard to dial in. I mean, once you kind of start dialing it in, you start understanding. It makes it a little bit easier, but it's the most important thing. And you're doing so much. Like you're not just doing your your voice. You're doing all these other instruments and stuff, balancing it. That's so cool. That's so cool.
I gotta admit, I was a complete noob. I'm a drummer by trade, and I had never dealt with a mixer until I started streaming. And I bought the mixer after I started streaming, and it's been quite a journey. And I went from complete noob to somehow I'm making this work. It took a while.
It's fun to learn too. Like it's fun to like understand the different, the audio chain and like the order it should be in and stuff like that, and then dialing it in. Like it's cool to learn, and it's just kind of nice to have that knowledge and apply it in so many ways. But that's really cool though, doing it between all the instruments and everything else you got there.
Yeah, and streaming in general, you guys know, it's never ending, but it's so fun. I find it fun you just got to find time for it, but it's fun to learn and get good at stuff. Technical stuff.
Or you just have lots of friends who know stuff, and
nice,
and you just say how thankful you are for those friends.
Yeah, I do that too. I have friends helping me out all the time.
Me and Pancho been friends. I've been streaming almost 5 years. We've been friends for like I think like the whole 5 years. How our friendship survived my first 2.5 years of audio, I really don't know. But I just want to say thanks, Pancho, for sticking with me.
You definitely, it definitely helped getting the new microphone. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
We did what we could out of the hardware you had, and it sounded okay, but it didn't sound great. How's that? Yeah, you got that okay to great step, but we finally got you there. We did everything we could until we just had the better hardware that could do with the dynamic range and everything we wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy to look back at how we started, huh?
That's
crazy.
No.
Yeah. I was actually I sent you a message the other day, and I was like, I don't know. I used the word miss, and I was like, I don't know if miss is the right word, but nostalgic for like the early days of streaming, right? Where there would be 3 or 4 of us in all of each other's streams. None of us like had viewers, if you will. It was just streamers pretty much watching each other, and there was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Just and I get nostalgic for it every once in a while. Just like, man, I mean, I wouldn't trade anything for how things are today or anything, because it's all fantastic.
That's a great way to put
it.
That's the great way to put it. And when I talk about the early days of streaming, I get so excited, and I have to explain to people like, hey, I'm not saying that was the good old days, but there's something very magical and nostalgic about it. I had never thought about it like in a nostalgic way.
Yeah,
but like it's so cool. It's
like
I love it.
The establishing like what your channel is. You start streaming. You're like, I don't know what this channel I want it to be. Here's the game I want to play. I don't know what I want it to evolve into, and so you look at what it was and what eventually you've tuned it towards and stuff like that, and you just get nostalgic kind of looking back at that kind of stuff. It's just like, man, what it once was. It's simple, and stuff like that. It's cool. It's cool to look at it that way. But hey, you know what, Ashley, Punch. It's great to have you on here.
Thanks. Happy to be here, Punch.
What was that, Chess?
I always see the weather.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. What was the weather?
First of all, let me say you guys are awesome. But I was gonna say, Punch, what you tell us about yourself.
I am your host. I am your host this evening. Pancho Taco, David, you guys know me. I'm your host. I stream on twitch.tv. I started in 2021 stream. No, I'm not going to go all the way down that road. But no, I'm your host. You guys know me. Nothing really new to report other than just crazy life. We can talk about that maybe a little bit later or something like that. But Ashley, how's the weather Actually, both of you, how's the weather? You guys are Floridians. How's the weather? How are you guys doing?
I'm going first. It is a cool, exactly 69 degrees Fahrenheit here.
Nice,
in Florida right
very
now.
nice.
Thanks. That's really it. It's been just gorgeous. I've gotten to open up my windows a lot. I have like a door in my bedroom that goes out to my patio, so I just sleep with everything open a lot of the time and air it out, and it's been gorgeous. Just beautiful. I'm enjoying the 2 weeks of nice weather that we get in my area of South Florida. That's usually a swamp mixed with a heater, mixed with hell on earth.
Mixed
it's
with
most
gross.
of the year. It's gross. I know you don't like humidity, Punch, and it's like 100% humidity here, like 90% of the year. So
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Likewise. I'm enjoying the weather down here too. I feel like I'm about to transition to shorts. Maybe I'm 2 days late.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's it's 60 degrees right now here, which is unusual for March, which is unusual. But let me tell you, it's never too late for shorts. Chess. I've living in Michigan. I've been in shorts for the past 4 years. Okay, I've been in shorts the last 4 years. I have shorts on right now. I have my hoodie on. It's never a bad time to wear hoodie and shorts. It's great year round.
Yeah.
I just like remember walking when I came up to Michigan last year and we did the stream together, and just walking with you in the snow with your Crocs and your shorts.
It was single digits. It was single digits that night.
It was 2 degrees. I was like, "What's temperature?" Oh, it's just 2. Like nothing else. There's no other numbers. It's just 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the Michigan in me, and it's funny. Like, my wife's not like that. She runs a lot colder than I do. But my oldest daughter, she clearly has my blood because she always wants shorts on. She always wants a t-shirt on. Even just I think it was it 2 days yesterday. I was taking both my girls over to grandma's house for grandma to watch them while I did a 12-hour stream yesterday. And my wife was working, so I took them over and I was like, okay, why don't you go, get, change into long pants, get your hoodie on or whatever. And she was like, I want to wear shorts. I was like, it's probably too cold out there for you. And she was like, no, I'll wear shorts. We go outside. It's like 32 degrees. We go outside. The first thing she says, it's not too bad out here, Dad. It's pretty nice out here, isn't it? I was like,
it's your child.
Yeah, I'm standing there in my shorts too. I'm like, yeah, it does feel pretty good. It does feel pretty good.
So. Precious.
Yeah. So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. It's a perfect uniform.
That's way too cold for me.
Not me.
I am from Central America.
How Central America? How long were you there for?
I was there for like 22 years, and
really?
then I moved to Florida. Yes,
I know we probably talked about it in the previous episode. I can't remember. The 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah, you got the thin blood. You got the thin blood, definitely.
It's funny that Ashley was mentioning the humidity here in Florida, and yes, there is humidity here, but in Panama, where I'm from, it's like more intense. And you can literally like just step out of the airport and be like smacked with a wall of humidity, like. But
you know what I say, Jess? I tell people that the humidity, like in this, like the more south areas of like Florida and obviously Panama more south. I say it's like walking through a Mario water level, because like when if he's walking on the bottom through water and he's just going all slow like that is what it feels like to be in humidity like this. 100%.
That's a great way to put it.
Your whole body just like slows down. It's like thick.
Yeah. I went to Vegas one, and it's like the complete opposite.
The dry heat.
Yeah, and you get out of the airport, you're like, what? I had never experienced anything like that. That is crazy. That is insane.
I went to Vegas one time. It was 107 degrees outside. Okay. And so the sun's beating on you and it's hot, but then the wind blows and you're like, ooh, chilly. Because there's no humidity. There's nothing.
Wow.
It's I'm not even kidding you. I remember where I was. Like, literally, the wind hit me and I was like, ooh, I'm a little cold right now.
Yeah. I was in Vegas and this actually happened. I was in Vegas and I saw a cloud and it was kind of raining and I got so excited. I was like, ooh, nice, this little cloud. And somebody beside me was like, ew, humidity or something like that. Like, ew.
Ew, humidity, ew.
I was actually excited. I was like, yes. And they're like, ew.
I just imagine, I don't know. I just have this picture of like this like ultra rich, I don't know, person be like, ew, humidity, ew, no, my hair, oh no.
Like with the monocle, like
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh.
And a top hat too.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. Peanut walking around, Mr. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut.
Yes. Did you guys ever watch when we're all over the place here, but Mr. Peanut, did you ever see the death of Mr. Peanut?
No.
It was an actual commercial where he died. Like they killed him.
What?
Like I don't remember what happened. It was like a car accident or something, but he actually died. And like everyone was like, Mr. Peanut just died. What happened? And then like a month later, then they like reborn him as like a baby or something. I don't know what it was, but like they like actually killed Mr. Peanut in a commercial that was on TV. It was like, what happened?
Man, they're taking that. The people in advertising are really writing storylines that are too crazy.
For a little logo on a jar of peanuts. Oh my goodness.
This is what I remember from Chess being on here last time. I just remember it was just uncontrollable laughter the whole time. I'm having flashbacks, y'all.
Oh man. Like, are you okay, son? No, I just watched that Mr. Peanut commercial. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. It's I love it when marketing does something like that, and that one always just sticks out to me. The death of Mr. Peanut. It's just absolutely hilarious to me. Chess, it's great to have you back on here. This is episode 30. I'm calling you. I think I said I was going to consider you a guest number 22. You are you're our second time having somebody back, actually, after all these times. Our second time having a guest back. We had Mighty Mouse back, two episodes ago or something like that, I think it was. And now, we were like, let's get Chess back on here. We had a great time with Chess. It's been 2 years. Let's check back in, you know?
Yeah,
I've been talking about it for months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. 2 years. And it's also, we were talking earlier, like how it's crazy to look back at how we started too.
Mm-hmm.
Just cool. But hey, yeah, 2 years. A lot happens in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Chess, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. And you know, you're still a Twitch.tv streamer.
Yes.
You're full on board the Mario Maker train, right? You're full on board there.
Yes.
You're doing tournaments now, I saw. You're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, contests. That's awesome. And I think you have one coming up, don't you?
Yes.
That you want let's talk about it. What do you got going on this contest with Mario Maker going on?
First of all, let me thank you guys for having me. Like, really, really a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate it. And it meant a lot the last time too. And I had so much fun and I'm excited to be here. You guys rock. Okay, so yes, I actually play a lot of Mario Maker on Twitch, and I'm part of the Mario Maker 2 community, and I love the game. And my favorite thing in the game, I've always said it, basically, like, everybody plays the game for different reasons. You know, some people play expert, some people play versus or whatever. You know, people have different aspects of the game that they like. My favorite aspect, and I've always said this from the very beginning, is playing my friends' levels and having my friends play. Having my friends play my levels, and I've played my friends' levels. So, and this was even before streaming. Like when I bought the game Mario Maker 1, I bought it in 2015 when it came out. I was like a month late or something. And I actually made a level in 2015. I made a couple of levels in 2015 for Mario Maker 1. But back then, like, I wanted my friends to play my levels, and I wanted to play their levels, and I even went on Reddit. I didn't know what Twitch was, but ultimately Mario Maker led me to discover Twitch, and then I came to Twitch, and I was like, people can play my levels and I can see them play them. What? And so that really got me addicted to Twitch immediately. But at the same time, like, I would play my friends' levels, people in chat, hanging out at different streams. And I would be like, hey, play my level. Like, I really like that aspect. And the whole viewer level stream is quite interactive because of that. But anyways, with that in mind, I literally I love precision. Precision is a style in Mario Maker where everything's very, like, I call it mini platforming. Like, you have to land right here next to this spike, and if you move, you die. Like, very, very precise platforming. And that's my favorite type of level. And I actually made a precision level in 2015, and I didn't even know it was called precision. But I love that style. That's been my favorite style in the game. And so I, in my old Mario Maker age, I've started to make a little bit of easier levels in my old, Mario Maker making ways. And so, let's say I've matured as a maker. Now I want to make easy stuff. So I've been kind of like making easy stuff. I'm making a team precision baby team precision world, 15 levels, and I kind of want to make like really fun little precision levels. And so I decided to launch a contest called Baby Precision Competition. And so we did we launched that. I hosted that contest in January, and we got 31 submissions, and it was so awesome.
Wow.
That's great.
And it's baby precision, and the idea of the concept for the contest, or I guess the mission statement, is we want to make we are shooting for levels that are inviting for the non-precision player. Like, I want somebody in the Mario Maker community that doesn't necessarily play precision be like, hey, this is fun, hey, it's precise, but it's inviting, it's a little bit challenging, but hey, it's not too techy, not some obscure tech that I need to learn to play this level. It's, I can handle this, and I want it to be super easy for the precision master. So I want it to be inviting for the precision noob, but I want it to be like super easy, even speed runnable or one shotable for the precision master.
Okay.
And another reason, to be honest, is because I wanted to play fun levels. Like, as a streamer, I play a lot of viewer levels, and that's my dream level. Some fun precision levels. So I was thinking, like, we should like make it fun, and I was gonna call it Fun Precision. But fun is such it's like fun is in the eye of the beholder, I guess, because
very vague.
What's fun, yeah. So it's up to the individual person what is fun. But I think that baby precision was a little bit more direct. Like, we want easy baby levels. So that's, and we had fun. And you Pancho, you played the level winner. I picked that because that was the funnest level. I really enjoyed that level. And man, I was playing the levels, and I had a smile on my face, like, yeah.
So cool.
Exactly what you're looking for. Yeah, I think I now that you say, I do remember playing that. Like, I haven't played Mario Maker as much as I used to, but I did like do some special stuff and played it. And I remember you sending it, and yeah, it's exactly as you describe. I was never a precision expert or anything like that, and I played it. I mean, it probably took me 20 minutes to beat, as a precision noob, which is probably what you're looking for, like 20-ish minutes for the noob to get through.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was probably right about that, in the sweet spot of what you were looking for.
Sweet spot, yeah.
Little challenging,
That
but it's like,
sweet
oh,
spot.
I got this. I'm one more try. And you say that over and over because you got this, right?
Yeah. In Team Precision is a team within the Mario Maker community that they focus on this type of precise platforming levels, and they have really really hard levels. And as a player, my sweet spot was those 1.5 difficulties and 2.0 difficulties with checkpoints, and that's what you played, and that was in the rules. It was like it needs to be a 1.5 max with a checkpoint. It's like that's the sweet spot for me for precision. They're so fun. These fun, I don't know, those are my favorite type of levels. So basically
Mm-hmm.
the contest is like, what do you want to play? And I think that of course it makes sense. It's like, I'm going to make a contest. Let me make a contest of the level that I really like to and to have fun, and it's very very community. The community aspect is so much fun, and you again, it taps into that whole, you're playing your friends levels, and I want to build a level too. But I am going to build, and I hope to release it by April, a baby Team Precision world. So even though I'm not going to compete in the contest, I am satisfying that kind of making itch I have with that. So I'm excited about that. So, and also I'm going to steal ideas from the contest and put in my own levels.
Sure. Give the inspiration, right? You're gonna be inspired by some of the stuff you see. Are you the solo judge on this, or do you have a couple people judging?
Yes, for the last contest, I was the sole judge. But for this contest, I have invited like 4 different judges.
Okay.
And,
nice.
and they all like precision and stuff like that, and really really helped with the first contest. Super cool, super cool. Yeah, it's
Will
gonna be
you,
awesome.
for our listeners, will you explain how the rating system works for precision levels, and how that works within Team Precision in Mario Maker for those who may not know?
Yes. Let me first say that the contest is going to happen on May 4th. It is called Baby Precision Competition 2, just in case we forget, but May 4th. So there's plenty of time to build. But in Team Precision, we have a rating system basically from 0.5 being the easiest to 10.0 being the hardest. But 10.0 is ridiculously hard. In fact, I'll give you an example of like my personal playing. I've only beaten like 3 4.5 difficulties, and maybe like 10 4.0s or 8 4.0s, and then the list keeps growing, but like I've never beaten a 5.0, and 10.0 is ridiculous. But
Like,
I
you
will
can't
say
imagine.
this.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I will say this. It's from 0.5 to 10.0, but then there's a 14. There are levels that are ridiculously that go beyond. These levels turn it up to 11. These levels are like, what are you doing? These are crazy, crazy stuff. And then you see the video, you're like, what? And I like to say this too. I mean, some of these precision levels to see like really top players is impressive. But like I think Kaiso is just more visually there's more going on, but precision is equally hard. I, as a player,
Oh yeah.
I like to, I guess as a player, for me personally, like I feel like I wanted to get good at Kaiso and precision to kind of round things out and enjoy the game, play some of the hard levels. I think that those two, in terms of platforming, are very very the levels can get really deep, but I think those are two safe options to do. And also Kaiso being like using shells and tricks like that. But yeah, precision. So yes, it's from 0.5 to 10.0, but with exceptions. And my sweet spot, we were talking about the sweet spot of like fun precision levels. Like I recommend that people play, if you're going to play some team precision, look at 1.0s and 1.5s with CPs. Of the fact that the maker put a CP in the level is already an indication of like, okay, they want the player to have fun, and this is going to be a fun level. Like very rarely you'll find a 1.5 or a 1.0 with a CP, or even 2 CPs to be like ridiculously hard. It's gonna be like a lot of fun. If anybody wants to get into precision, I would recommend that as a sweet spot. But my personal sweet spot, I love to find 3.0 levels. These levels might take me like 3 days, not like the whole stream, but like, an hour here, an hour there.
Sure.
But that's my sweet spot. I love to find a tough precision level that I can get addicted to, and I'm going to grind it, and I might play it for hours, but I'm having fun. And then the reward is when you beat it, you're like, yes, it's amazing. That's the sweet spot to me, like the 3.0s, the fun 3.0s.
The fun
Right.
3.0s.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's another thing that I recommend people just play levels that you like. It doesn't, oh, this is a hard level. It's like, but do you like it? Are you having fun? Like if you're going to grind
It's a big
something.
difference.
Yeah.
I was watching you last night, Chess, and you were talking about this, how like you prefer to like you've always talked about fun being really important on your stream, and like the levels being fun. And as someone who still does like viewer levels, I heard you say to somebody, I think last night, like, that you enjoyed their level and you appreciated it, but that you were like, I don't want to get salty. Like I want to I want to play a level that I'm having fun with. Why would I want to make a friend of mine, like, or someone I respect a lot, like, upset by me not enjoying the level, me sitting here forever playing it. Like you always say, if you're gonna get into Team Precision, grind a level that you find fun.
Because in Team Precision, one of the requirements is that you beat a 3.0 difficulty and a 4.0 difficulty, because you can get by the way, to get into Team Precision, you need a certain amount of points. I think it's 35 points to get into the team, and then you can make one level. And then if you want to make more levels, you have to get 10 points, and it's a system whereupon you have to play people's levels to upload levels. And it's beautiful because it makes people, it makes people play each other's levels, and it's a great system. And so to get to that requirement, you have to beat a bunch of levels. So you can't get away with just beating a bunch of easy levels. You have to beat a 3.0 difficulty and a 4.0 difficulty. And the question is always, what level do I play? You have to find a level you like. Otherwise, you're going to hate the journey. Like, you're going to be stuck with this level. Like, no, like, sometimes we talked about this too, but sometimes if I'm playing a super world in Mario Maker, which is a collection of levels, and I really like the super world, but there's this one level that I have to beat that's like, no. Sometimes that situation is tricky, but if I really want to play the level, I will endure that torture, But yeah, you don't want to torture yourself when you're trying to get points, is what I mean.
Sure.
So I saw, I know you mentioned it a little bit ago to Kaizo. I saw that you're also working on your playing your first ROM hack all the way through. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. I played Quickie World 2 from 2019. And even though I had played it like 3 years ago, I kind of played it. I actually lost my save file. But I decided, I lost my save file, and I somehow just stopped playing it. I think if I look back, I will probably realize that another game came out and I got distracted. But recently I picked up hacks. Yeah, recently I picked up, like, I wanted to play, like, I wanted to beat a Super Mario Brothers 2 hack called Return to Subcon. And I got into that. I love Mario 2. It's actually my favorite Mario nostalgically. And this hack was really amazing. And a sequel to the hack is coming out hopefully this year. So I decided to hop back in, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Quickie World 2 back up, and I am at the very end. I think I'm on the last level.
It's one of the most downloaded. Oh, right? God. It's one of the most downloaded SMW ROM hacks of all time. I want to say it was my it's in my first 5 ROM hacks I ever played. It's incredible, and it's been so fun to watch you play it. Really fun. It's cool too, like how like people in the Mario community, like, there's people who are maker watchers and there's people who are SMW watchers and stuff like that. But it's really fun. Like when you do need help, like people are just there for you to help you learn the differences and all the move sets and stuff like that. It's really cool to see.
Super cool.
Isn't there also a I want to say it came out in like the last year, maybe even 2 years. There's a whole ROM hack made by pretty much exclusive maker viewers called like We Like It Here. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if it's expert, if it's intermediate, if it's beginner. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've heard people like it. And I know it's one of those things where you'll notice a lot of similar setups that people had to do in Maker to make certain Kaizo tricks work. So you'll notice. I guess you'll notice a lot of that. I haven't seen a lot of that one. Yeah. I've just heard a lot of people like it. I have not seen much of it myself. I probably watched a few levels. I'm sure I have, but in one ear out the other sometimes with some Kaizo stuff, it all kind of starts blending into a degree. And I feel like that could be an interesting, and again, I don't know if it's rated expert, if it's intermediate or whatever.
It's intermediate.
It is okay.
It's intermediate.
So
yeah.
it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. But from what I understand is there's just a lot of setups that if you're exclusive Maker 2, you're going to see a lot of similar setups to get things done and the way that things have to be spaced out. But also, it's them.
Bridge.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Both worlds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And it's a couple people, a project, notorious makers got together a handful of them. I don't remember how many, and they all kind of contributed to it a few levels here or there, maybe one level, maybe 3 levels, whatever, and they ended up being enough to put it all into a ROM hack. So that's kind of cool though.
Yeah,
it's got something special to it too. Like not just that all these notorious Mario makers made a hack together, including Bufflin, of course, my bestie. But I had to say Bufflin. Because I'm gonna play it, but like the cool thing about it is it's got an open world. So you can just go to whichever level you want instead of having to beat the whole hack. If I just want to go play Donkey Mint's levels or Bufflin's levels in there, I can just go play the ones that I want. And I've never seen an SMW hack do that before.
Oh wow!
Sounds like you need to go do that for Bufflin.
I will. Well,
you got to play all this stuff, right?
I did when I played Mario Maker. I was actually I'm going to bring it back to Mario Maker in a second because I have a question for Chess about it. But when I played Mario Maker, one of the challenges I made was the Ep30 challenge, which is every Bufflin level ever. And technically, since the SMW levels are Bufflin levels, I have to play them because I have to play every Bufflin level ever.
So that's I guess that's a tease for something in the future, right? Something coming down the line at some point.
I've definitely talked about it. I do want to play the whole hack, but I at least will play Bufflin's levels as part of my old Mario Maker challenge because
you got to finish it off that way, right? That's the final. The final couple stuff.
Yep, the final things of mine. I just beat Bufflin's hack like a couple weeks ago, which was super cool. I beat
GG's tough hack.
Thank you. It's a really tough hack. It's really tough, but it was super cool.
You've technically beaten the two hacks, right? Because there was Chicanery Beginner, right? You did that a number of months prior. Maybe even close to a year prior or something like that. And then you came up and completed the big one, right? The expert intermediate. What is it? I can't remember.
It's intermediate for sure. But I play tested the beginner version with Bufflin, which was so cool. Like we did it offline, so we were like on a call, like a video call, doing it together. That was so fun. And then the day that it came out on his birthday, which is July 4th last year, I played through the whole thing on my stream, which was completely like, actually, I didn't even plan it, but he happened to be there. I didn't know he was going to be there. And I was like, well, you know what, Bufflin, you're hanging out for your birthday. I want to play the hack. Let's just do it. So anyway, I did that, the chicanery. And when I was doing chicanery, Bufflin was like, I should get on a call with you for the last level. Wouldn't that be funny? And I was like, wait, don't say that if you're not serious. He's like, I'll do it. And I was like, okay. So the whole final castle, final boss level, which is a bunch of sections, he was live on a call with me the whole time, either walking me through or cheering me on. It was so cool. He's such a legend in Mario Maker, and that's how I met him so long ago. But I know we've all played his levels and stuff like that. So anyway, to bring it back
Yeah.
to chess, sorry to take that
No, not at
detour,
all.
but
Not at
last
all.
time
It's a
yeah.
No, I was gonna say that playing Mario Maker and also hacks
Hmm.
is it's so amazing to see the creativity, and some makers are gifted. Definitely
Yeah.
Bufflin is way up there, and other makers are I'm not creative at all, like to that level. Like I am a creative person, but when it comes to Mario Maker, I'm a noob compared to the beautiful levels I see out there. And like hacks are even crazier because
Yeah.
Mario Maker levels are one thing, but hacks are video games. That's not a
Mhm.
Right.
level. That's a
Right.
You're right.
video game. It's like
Yeah.
what? The creativity and the love they put into those hacks with the music. The music is all like custom music or
Mhm.
it's amazing. It's mind blowing. Mind blowing the creativity that is out there.
So I want to bring it back to Maker because last time that you were on the stream, all three of us were all Maker streamers back then. We all mained Mario Maker 2 years
That's
ago.
that's
Um,
true. Talk
Yeah.
about going back, talking about like how things have changed. Yeah.
I
Right?
know over the last 2 years, all three of us were Mario Maker mains. Ponch dropped off first. I dropped off second, although him and I have both recently
Uh-huh.
dabbled in Maker just a tiny bit for nostalgia. But the reason I say that is because you are still playing Mario Maker
Yeah.
as your main game, and
Mhm.
one of the things that I think is so cool about you is in like keeping a game like that so relevant is that you do things I've never seen other people do. And I would like if you wouldn't mind for you to share with
Yeah.
our listeners your fast pass and evil level system with your viewer level streams because I love an organization. I love it. And when you first talked about it, I was like, what is this chess? This is a lot of rules and a lot of stuff, but it just the way that you pull it off, it's so beautiful and it works so well. So if you wouldn't mind, I would love for you to share with the listeners your viewer level system.
Yes. Let me take you back from when I started streaming back in the good old days. Okay, so when I started streaming in 2019,
Mhm.
March of 2019, I started with viewer levels. And I think a lot of Mario Maker streamers start with viewer levels because it makes sense. It's so interactive. You have people giving you levels, and of course I'm going to talk from my experience. So what I found when you go and play viewer levels, and I did this for 2 weeks, you find that people are going to give you very very evil levels. Okay, like that's the harsh reality. Did it happen to you
Yeah,
guys? Did you guys ever do viewer levels?
I did viewer levels for a
Yeah,
very short
Yeah.
time,
right.
and
I did them like
For a very
once a
short
week for a
time.
while. Yeah.
I did it for 2 weeks, like when I started streaming, and that's crazy. And I'll continue the story, which is gonna end up mean saying that now I do viewer levels. But I did viewer levels for 2 weeks in 2019, and then no more. And it wasn't like I just hate viewer levels. It wasn't like that. It was more like I want to play what I like, and I just
right.
went and I started to, and I played one level that I saw on Twitch before I streamed, and it was a blue platform precision level, and I said I saw people playing it on Twitch, and I was like, I want that. I want to get that level. I want to get that clear, but I'm gonna wait for the stream. So then I started streaming, and I did 2 weeks of viewer levels. And for those of you who don't know what viewer levels are people in your Twitch chat submitting levels to you so that you can play them, and they're watching the stream, but it's their creation. You as a streamer, you're playing their creation, and that connection is really really something very cool
Very
in
special.
yeah, very
Hmm.
special. And so you're playing at somebody's levels, and actually I've been on the other side of that too as a viewer, and I'm still, because I still go around Twitch submitting levels for my friends to play, you know what I mean, and other streamers, I still do that. And so when I learned, when I saw that level, I said I'm gonna beat it, and it took me 45 days to beat one Mario Maker level on stream. 45 streams to beat
40.
Wow.
one
Wow.
level. but that got me good. And that's what happens to a lot of people. It's like we find a level and we're like, we want to beat this one level, and we get good. We grind them and we got good. So that basically like led me to just keep playing whatever. 4.5 years later, I was like, you know what? Let me pick viewer levels back up. I started a year and a month ago. Like, I don't know what happened. I was like, let me try viewer levels again. And I did one stream in December of 2023. And then in January, I was like, I'm going to do. No, I ended up in December doing 3 viewer level streams. And I played viewer levels once every year and a half. I'm not kidding. Like, I basically quit playing viewer levels. I would play like every 1 year and a half, or every year I would do like one viewer level stream. And people were like, whoa, viewer levels. Wow. And last year, at the end of 2023, I did 3 viewer level streams, and I was like, man, this was fun. I had fun. And I tried it again in January of 2024. And then in February, I was like, let's do it 2 times a week. And I've been doing it ever since. And the difference now is that I'm a better player. So I, can handle it. Like when I started streaming, I was so horrible, and things got me salty because of my skill level. And I was like, but now I'm not saying I'm super good or anything, but I'm better now. And I feel more comfortable playing the levels. But going back to that fun thing, I want to have fun when I play levels. So I came up with a system in my stream where it's called the evil level of the night. And also there's the level of the night. And I just want to reward people who submit fun levels. If you get the level of the night award, then you get a fast pass. And that fast pass allows you to skip in the queue. When people come into your chat and they submit levels, they go into in a queue. So if you have like 8 levels before your level gets played, it's gonna take like 2.5 hours or something like that, right? Maybe or two, it depends, right? 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. So you can skip the queue with this fast pass, and it's a way to reward the people who make really good levels. But the other side of the coin is that I have on my title, I say, please no trolls, no puzzles, and no evil levels. And I love the troll community. I love troll levels, but I don't enjoy playing them because I can't think like that. I just want to run and jump. And everybody has different styles of levels that they play. I can't do puzzles or trolls. And I love all sorts of puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, sudokus, chess puzzles. But I can't, crossword puzzles. I can't play a puzzle level. But I love watching people play those types of levels. But the evil level is basically, my definition of an evil level is a level meant to torture the streamer,
Right.
Like that story where somebody went to your stream, Pancho, and gave you a level, and then you got to a certain point, and then the level told you, you need to play this with 2 players to beat.
Yep.
Like, what?
The most iconic Pancho story ever.
And so basically, I filter out some of these levels by putting on my stream title, no evil level, please. And then there's a command. And if you type it, it basically says levels that are meant to torture the streamer, or really, really hard levels that in a viewer level stream, frankly, you need to submit levels that are like, 30 minutes. Or if you have a harder level, you want the streamer to maybe play it in multiple streams. But some levels are there to torture the streamer and be like, yeah, this is my hard level, that kind of vibe. And, I can respect that. But in order for me to have fun, unfortunately, I can't play those levels. So I basically try to filter them out. And, sometimes it's fun to have an evil level, and people still submit it, and I keep it chill. But it's a way for me to ensure that I'm going to have fun with the levels. And it filters out a lot of people, because a lot of people do want to kind of see that, and they enjoy that. And other streamers like that too. But me, like, I want to keep it chill, and I want to play some fun levels. So to reward or punish the people that are constant submitters of evil levels, we have the pit. So if you win evil level of the night 3 times, then you go to the pit. And the pit is the bottom of the queue. So if you're first, it doesn't matter. You go back to the bottom and you stay there until I play it, but you have to be there at the very end of the stream. And that way you get out of the pit. But that has helped me to enjoy, because the viewer levels, in my experience, it's not only about the levels and the game. It's about knowing when to quit a level. And that has taken me a lot of time to figure out. And a year and a month after, I feel very comfortable these days playing levels, and I enjoy them. I rarely get salty. And, like salty, just like, oh, this jump, and, Miyamoto, why did you do this? And, but, like that's, I rarely get like that, or not rarely, less, but I'm enjoying it. And it took me a while to figure that out, So yeah, that system definitely helps my stream.
Awesome. Really clever.
Thank you.
It's it makes me wonder, because I think, did you say like in general, like you don't get as many like horrible levels that people make in general, like as much as like prior. I mean, Maker 2's been out for a while, and
you're right.
Back at its height, when there was like a billion people playing, I think you were more prone to that happening, especially because like everybody and their child and their grandma, and
I would say especially Mario Maker 1
had it.
Especially Mario Maker 1.
Yeah.
Nintendo opened Pandora's box with that. Huh? That's nuts.
I know, it's one of those things that's like, oh man, endless Mario levels. Okay, cool. This is great. And it's made by people who are making competent levels. Great. I'm going to buy this. You buy it and you're like, wait, what is this? This is not the game I bought. This is not what I was told it was going to be. All this trash.
Yeah. They call them hot garbage levels.
Yes.
I love the different type of levels. It always made me laugh. The little Timmy levels, like those are levels that are made by people's kids or
they're just spam,
younger
right?
makers.
That's all that they are.
And they're called little Timmy levels. That's so funny, man. And
just enemy spam everywhere, because kids, they just want to see chaos. That's all they want to see.
And it's so crazy how hot garbage levels, like since Mario Maker 1, like that, like to me, hot garbage is the definition of evil in Mario Maker. These are makers, and again, I respect you're having fun with the game. I mean, make what you like, you know what I mean? Right. I respect that. But I think there's like this I like to say, people call me what is an evil level, and I describe it like this. If you're making a level and you place this block and you put it over here and you go, then it's an evil level. It's like the intention. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're making a level like that. You're having fun. That's all you. But I ain't gonna play that. I'm sorry.
It's exactly what they do when they're placing those invisible Kaizo blocks. Like, got him.
Together.
I love it. I love it. Well, it's funny you say, like, play what you like. Towards the end of my Maker streams, what I found enjoyment in is pretty much what you're saying. No, don't get it to me. I was going through,
I know,
and I was playing all of the dumpster diving on levels nobody's beaten, because they're truly absolutely terrible, and they were some of the worst levels. But I think, as like, I wouldn't play them on my own time, but like as far as playing them on stream, they were a blast, because it was just pure garbage. Everybody laughing because the trash I came across, and it was ultimately pretty fun.
As a viewer.
Yeah,
I love that as a viewer. Like, it's amazing. And also, like, different types of levels that I don't particularly enjoy. I love seeing other people play what they like. It's all about what you like and what you're passionate about. Like, why not? Like, why play something you don't like? And
with a game like Maker, you can tell instantly when a streamer doesn't like the level that they're playing. Like, the whole vibe just changes. You can tell right away.
It's hard to fake sometimes, because you want to be nice.
Yeah.
But I also want to be genuine. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna be like a jerk to anybody's against anybody's level, because I feel like as a maker myself, like it's a creation and it's very dear to you. So, but I do want to react genuinely, because as a maker, when I see the streamer suffer, that teaches me a lot. When I
Sure.
see where the streamer is struggling, and if they don't like a certain part, I can kind of tell, and I'm like, I take notes and I make them better, And not everybody does that, and that I can respect that. But as a maker, I grow a lot by watching people suffer on certain parts of my levels, and sometimes it's cringe. It feels so weird that you make something and you're like so proud of it, like especially when you start making. I submitted levels to like streamers that are super like big in the Mario Maker community, and I realized when I saw these streamers play my levels, I literally realized how bad of a maker I was. Like, it's a harsh reality, but hey, you grow from that,
Right.
Right when it's put on display for hundreds of people to watch.
Yes.
That's when you realize, maybe I shouldn't
like,
make levels.
My level, and then they're like, no, they butcher it. They like
they rip it
like
to shreds.
It, you're like, no,
they boo it.
Dodging insults. They boo
it
it.
happens.
Oh my god!
When you get the boo, that's when you know it's over. they booed it.
I believe one time Chess WC played one of my levels, and if I remember correctly, the word that you used was deplorable.
What?
Oh, I want to say it was the level, the loop level. You know the level I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I had people who played that level who were like, I didn't want to talk to you ever again.
Was that the one you did with all the spikes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I know I played it. I beat it at least once.
It to you. I gave it to you recently when you did a Mario Maker stream.
Find the coins, and you have a tight time limit, and
and there's a hard precision jump at the end.
Yes.
Good level.
Says the guy who one shot it. I think it might have been a different level that I made, but there was one level I made that was so bad, and you were just like, Ashley, what are you doing?
This is something very interesting about the Mario Maker community. We have a way in the Mario Maker community of showing appreciation to our friends. And it is basically in the form of making really hard levels for our friends. It's like something in the community. It's like, hey, I made you a level, and then you start playing. 100%. It's like super. Like, what? What is this? Like
why?
This is nuts. Why? And but it has my name. I have to play it now.
Oh man, there's nothing worse when you look in your queue and there's another Mario Maker streamer submitting a level. You're in for something with one of your friends. One of your streamer friends submit one. You're in for something. Oh my goodness. So Chess, what about it's in your name, Chess?
Yes.
Like what do you are you still playing chess these days? What else are you doing chess in some what are you doing? I know last time you talked about the clubs you ran and stuff. Are you still doing clubs? What you doing?
So I guess I'll explain everything. When I was when I discovered Twitch, I had as a username the name of my chess club. I ran a chess club for 5 years here in Florida, and the reason was because I used to teach chess a couple of years back as a music teacher. I'm a musician and I teach drums for a living. And when I was a couple of years back, I couldn't find a lot of work when I moved cities. And I went to Atlanta for a little while, and I, as a side gig or as a supplementary job, I got a job teaching chess. I love teaching and I love chess. Why not both? So I had a suitcase full of chess pieces and chessboards, and I decided when I went back to Florida, and also I actually took my suitcase and my chessboards and everything. I had a bunch of chessboards and pieces because I taught chess. I went to like after school to teach chess. And when I moved back to Florida, my boss, I went to take back the suitcase full of chess pieces, like to return them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my boss looked at me and he was like, "Start some chess in Florida. Go, my son." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, my son.
I was like, "Okay." So now I have a suitcase full of chess pieces. What am I going to do with that? And I started a chess club. I kind of stole the idea from a chess club that I went to in Atlanta, that it was like a late night chess club for adults, like for grown-ups. And I started a chess club at a brewery, and it was awesome. And I did it once a month, and people wanted more. They're like, "Dude, once a month?" So we're like, okay, month 2, it became weekly. So I started to do a weekly chess club. Why? Because I played a lot of music in this particular brewery. My friend worked there. It was an event, and I was like, let's try it out. And it became like super, it became a success in a small sense. And it was amazing. And basically you had people, I mean, chess is awesome. Like it's an amazing thing. And it's one of my passions. I've always liked it since I was a kid. My dad taught me at age 8, and I've always played with my friends. Like I've always like been like, hanging out with my musician friends. We would always like play chess. And so I made a chess club, and then it became really a lot of people came, like a lot of strong players. I was the worst person in my chess club. I'm not even kidding. Like the players that came in, they would I learned a lot by losing, and
Yeah.
it definitely helped my chess.
Sure.
But community wise, it was so awesome because you met people. And also at the same venue where I held the chess club, I was also very involved in a video game club. So it was like Mondays were the video game nights, and then Wednesdays was the chess nights, and they kind of, like, I guess, cross pollinated. Like you would get people from event to event, you would see the same people, and it was an amazing thing. And and I actually got like free drinks and food whenever I did the chess club. So for me,
Nice.
yeah, it was like, hey, I get to have so much fun, and also get to host this revolving group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And you meet a lot of people, and I've met a lot of people in the video game events. That this was before Twitch, and I actually ended up basically I some of the people in the video game events, they actually stream even, but I met them locally. And I saw a lot of collections and video game stuff that is hard to believe that exists. And but the chess club, back then I was using the chess club name as my Twitch name, because I was heavily involved in the chess club, so that was kind of like my handle. So then a couple of months into Twitch, I decided to abbreviate the chess club name and make it my username. And I'll tell you why. Because I was going to change my name to something else. So I had my chess club name was chess blah blah blah. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And the reason that I abbreviated it was for privacy reasons, and that's
Sure.
where the
Mm-hmm.
Chess
Yep.
WC comes from. Well, Chess
Wow.
WC is an abbreviation of my chess club, and that's all I gotta say, because I would reveal, something else. But basically, uh, I had that name, and I didn't really think about it, and it happens to a lot of people. But I saw people calling me Chess, and that's why I kept the name, because I was gonna change it. But I liked the fact that people would be like, "Yo, Chess, what's up?" I thought that was kind of cool.
It's a
Like
great name.
Chess, like
It's a great name.
It's awesome.
yeah. So I kind of kept it, and so yeah. There's the answer as to what Chess WC means. It means it's an abbreviation of my chess club. But yes, I stopped doing the chess club back then, but I do have plans to revive it. This was like 5 years ago, but I did it for 5 years, and we even got interviewed. It was super awesome. Like We had like a little TV spot and internet or whatever. We were in the newspaper. Let's put it that way, and it was so awesome.
So cool.
I felt so
That's
proud.
great.
Like,
that's great.
yeah, and then like the next day after the newspaper article, they basically said like, "Yo, you can have this room every day." Like it was like the big events room. And before it was like, we would use these tables and here. But then after that, it was like, dude, you just keep doing your chess club, go all out. And it was amazing. And to give you an example of like how many people were there, like we had 26 people playing chess. That's 13
That's a lot.
boards.
That is a lot.
26
Wow.
people. Like it was amazing. Imagine like and that's something that I really love, that you can do is you can find any passion that you like. Hey, I want to play video games. There's somebody doing a night in big cities, obviously. There's somebody doing a night of video games somewhere. Hey, I like chess. There's somebody doing a chess club, And my idea for the chess club is I want to make a chess club like late night. It was late night, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Yeah, it was awesome. And it was, I loved it. But I also feel like as a musician, I kind of do, I don't want to say community stuff, but I love events and I love to kind of, put up a gig or something, do an event, sure. That type of thing is very like, socially super cool. You get to meet people, long-lasting friends. I've met people from those video game events that are like very good friends these days, super, super cool. So yeah, sometimes I think that's a good idea for anybody. Like whenever anybody wants to like, hey, I need to make new friends, find your passion and go to an event, whatever it is. It could be, whatever it is that you like. There's something out there and that, and it's super cool because they're like-minded people, you like
right.
things.
I was about to say there's your icebreaker right there. You're already there with a bunch of people who enjoy what you like. So you can, odds are you can jump into any conversation and yeah.
I'll give you an example. Like when I discovered this video game event, this was before I did my chess club there, by the way. When I discovered this video game event, I was like, I went to my roommates. I was like, yo, guys, check out this event. Let's go. Crickets. I was like, so I went with one roommate. And then the next week I was like, let's go. I'm excited. I love video games. Yay. Crickets. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go alone. I went alone.
Heck yeah, let's go.
And guess what? They say, hey, what are you playing? That's it.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Just sit and play. And somebody's going to be like, hey, that's a pretty cool game there. Hey, what's up? What's your name?
Hey, we're best buds. Yeah, that's all it takes.
Yeah. Super cool stuff.
So also talking about your stream, over the years, 2 years ago, you, if you remember right, when you were on here on the podcast, you played us a little song.
Yes.
You played us a song because part of your stream is that you pull out a recorder. Everybody remembers the recorder from 4th grade music class where we all had to learn how to play the recorder. Are you still doing that regularly on your stream? Is it still a channel point redemption today?
Yes, it is. It's gotten expensive too. And also, but I feel like as a streamer, like I know that I've driven the price up because I have a redeem also. To drive the price up, it takes 100,000 channel points to raise the price of that redeem. Which is called the Titanic redeem. And right now it's at 36,000 channel points. And if people want to make it more expensive, they can shell out 100,000 Bosch bucks.
Proud contributor right here.
Yeah.
It's VIP to hear that song, right? It's VIP.
But in my defense, the production quality has gone up too, because when we did it back then, yeah.
Well, if you're gonna brag about the production quality getting a little better, I think we might need a little taste of the recorder here.
Okay, but the production quality, you're gonna have to see it on stream because right now I don't have the setup for this.
Let's hear it. Pull it out. Pull it out. Let's hear it. The passion. Oh.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, I have to tell a story. I have to tell a story.
2 years later.
So check this out. So we were talking earlier about the baby precision competition, right? It was a viewer level contest that I did in January that got 31 submissions, and now we're doing baby precision competition 2. It's a Mario Maker 2 level contest. Well, one of the submissions was a Mario Maker music level. In Mario Maker, you can make music levels by placing notes at different intervals on the level, and using enemies to place on top of the notes to get the different sounds. So somebody made a music level with that song, right? But I was playing it, and when you get to the end of the last section, one of the notes is wrong on purpose. And it was hilarious. It was like I was playing the level, da, 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 da. Like, what?
It's so
and
good.
That made me die. I think I died because of that wrong note. And then the whole level kept doing it and kept doing like wrong notes. Oh my god, that was that was amazing.
That's fantastic.
So hard.
That is fantastic.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why the note was wrong though. I don't feel like I do any wrong notes. I mean, I practiced. I studied very hard to get that song. It took me 7 years.
You could have put your playing that we heard this evening in the movie, and it would have been just as impactful, right? I think.
I do try to play it a little bit different because sometimes the DMCA bots will flag your stream or whatever. So I try to.
There is no way a bot is flagging that.
There you have it. Let's take this part. Let's take the time here that we're going to transition into our next phase of the podcast here. Okay. We always like to have a part in our podcast where we talk about video games maybe we're playing right now, whether it's on stream, maybe we're playing a game off stream, and we just kind of want to talk about it. We kind of want to talk about the games and like whether we have good thoughts on it. Maybe we don't jive with the game overly well or something. And, we're all gamers here. We all have our preferences. We know what we like. And we like to just take a moment here, just talk about, we all play games on stream, and sometimes offline we're playing something totally different than we don't usually play. Right. So, yeah, let's take a few minutes to do that. Ashley, do you have anything that you're playing, whether it's been on stream, whether it's off stream, that you want to share some thoughts on or something?
I made the mistake of looking at our Twitch chat just now, and someone wrote Celine Dion. Is that you? I'm so sorry. He's doing so good transitioning, and I've ruined it. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that's my fault. I shouldn't look. I shouldn't. I love the person who wrote it so much. I shouldn't look. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh man.
Oh baby, we're talking about games we've been playing.
Yes. Yes, the games we've been playing.
Yes.
All right.
Video games.
I have something to say.
Let's hear it.
You know, I run a stream on my stream, right? I run my stream in a certain way, which is adult humor. I love it. It's welcome, as with respect. But I ask people to keep the chat positive, right? I do that in my own life. I like to, put out good things and positivity in the world, hope to get it back. I'm a very positive minded human being. But the other day on my stream, I may have raged for the first time. And I had somebody there who Ponch and I have known since our beginnings of our Twitch career, a dear friend of ours, founder on both of our streams, who said to me, Ashley, I have never seen you react this way to a game ever. Because people put a lot of hard work into these games, a lot of time. And also, I'm sorry, sometimes when somebody's critiquing a really big game, no one's going to say Super Mario Brothers 3 is a terrible game and people are going to think that their opinion's valid. There's opinions and everything, and I get that. But I just need to say out loud for the people of our podcast that listen, that Donkey Kong Country Returns, the remake, is the worst game ever made for the Switch. And I don't know who approved it. I don't know who the heck said this game should go out to the masses, but that game is atrocious. And the only saving grace for that game is its music, because it is a 0 out of 10. And I had redeeming qualities up until the final boss. I just want to say, I played through DKC 1 through 3 last year for the first time. I just started Tropical Freeze. I'm really enjoying it. Love Donkey Kong stuff. But that game had so many cheap shots, so many blind things, that it just, for me, there were so many things about the game that were not fun. And when I got to the final boss fight, the dynamic of that battle was completely different from the rest. You didn't get your buddy with you, and your health was cut in half, and you only had your buddy the first try for some reason, and then you never had him again. And if you lost, you had to beat this whole level with all its own blind things in it. And I just the mechanics made no sense, and sometimes things worked and they didn't. And listen, I'm the first one to say when I have a skill issue. I'll always admit it. But for the record, and this is scientifically proven with math and formulas, Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Nintendo Switch is the worst game ever made. Thank you for your time.
The worst game
Did that come out for the
ever
Switch?
made.
Unfortunately.
It was a DS game originally. No,
Oh, I see.
Wii game.
Wii.
They had a
Wii U.
DS port and then
Right.
remade for Switch, I believe is what it was.
Oh, wow.
Correct.
I have never played it, but I'll make sure to avoid that.
There was a bonus world, I guess, or something like that. Let me tell you something. My favorite part of playing that game, the absolute best moment of the entire game, was after I beat the final boss. I deleted it from my Switch memory right in front of everybody, and it was the most beautiful moment I had in almost 5 years of streaming. Beautiful. Salty. I'm not a salty person, but come on, man. Okay, it was just awful.
Yeah. It sucks when a game is like that, right? All right, I'll talk about something here. As you guys know, over the past I don't know, I started sometime last year. I started playing a bunch of Souls games, right? Started with Liza P. Loved it. Thought it was fantastic. Jumped into Sekiro. Great game. I enjoyed that greatly. And then I played I played Dark Souls 1 then, if I remember right. I'm going by memory what the order was.
The remake.
Dark Souls 1 remastered that came out with just basically all it was just the DLC that they added. And I think they unlocked the frame rate to 60 frames per second as well. Loved it. Game is great. Dark Souls is so good. And then I played Bloodborne. So I know this is an unconventional way maybe to play all these games, but this is just the order that I chose because I thought it'd be interesting what people would like and stuff like that. And Bloodborne, great. Not my favorite one, but I loved Bloodborne. I had a great time playing it. I love the setting of it. I can see where Liza P took a lot of inspiration from it to become Liza P and then do its own spin on everything. And then, I took a little break from some Souls games because I was like, okay, let's get some very, these games take a lot out of you because they're difficult, they're long. You're looking at like a 60-hour commitment to them. I was like, all right, well, let's it's time to start a new one. So I was like, all right, let's natural order, I guess we're gonna start Dark Souls 2. So I got excited for. I'm like, all right, Dark Souls 2. This is a game that is a polarizing game. You have people who love Dark Souls 2, and then you have a lot of people who do not like it. And I go into this without like having any thoughts. Like I've never seen anybody play Dark Souls 2 for more than 10 minutes, maybe. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in. I don't have any prior people pushing like these are the systems they don't like. They don't like this. They don't like this. They love this. They like that. So I'm going in completely blind, other than I know that some people don't like it. Some people really love it. I think I played it I did like a 3-4 hour stream of just that game. And I uninstalled it pretty much as soon as stream was over. I uninstalled it. I went into Discord and I said, Dark Souls 2 sucks. We're playing Dark Souls 3 tomorrow. We're jumping right into it. Dark Souls 2. Wow. It was like I know I played like Bloodborne, which went more in the direction of them going faster pace. I know it's played completely differently, but I went to DS2. I was prepared for it to be slower because I know this was before they started moving into the faster paced, what eventually became Elden Ring today and stuff like that. And I went into it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be slower. I'm like, okay, this is fine. I started playing. I was like, okay, this is getting it. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of dialogue in this game. Then Souls games don't have a lot of dialogue. Wow, this is a lot of dialogue I just don't care about. Wow. Okay, well, let's keep going. Okay, another old lady's going to talk for another 15 minutes. Okay. Well, okay, we finally got past here. All right, we're going to go out into the main world here. Okay, this is a weird color palette. Okay, well, maybe I'll just get used to it. Well, let's keep moving. So I keep moving, and eventually I start going into Dark Souls. These games, they don't tell you a lot of things. You have to just kind of learn it yourself with lore and stuff like that. So eventually I go and I take on this I'm blanking on the term that they use, a covenant. And I'm like, okay, a covenant, sure. I don't know exactly what it does. I'm going to take it. And I'm playing the game and like I can't get through anything. Like I'm like there's this one area that has like 7 people on this bridge and they're all attacking you at once and you can't get through it because then the what's on the bridge, what's below the bridge is poison water, and you go and you walk through like a mile, like an inch per second through it. And then this other passage, there's more people with flames. I'm like, what is going on? And I couldn't get through it. And I played for like 3 hours. I'm like, I played these games before and I get through these, like, sure, they might be hard. And like, so eventually the game is over, the stream's over. I uninstalled it. I think I only played like one boss because it's kind of an initial one. And then sure enough, I go over to Discord and somebody writes in there, oh, Ponch, I know you didn't want things spoiled for you. But you actually made the game really hard because you took on a covenant where everybody does triple damage to you the entire game. And I'm like, well, this wasn't explained anywhere. Apparently there's a covenant right at the beginning that I can become a member of, and it triples like any damage that people give to you. And it's just like, oh man, I really have enjoyed every game they put out, but that one, I mean, there was some other weird design choices that I wasn't in love with, like the start menu. When I went to the level up menu, it literally, when it popped up, I was like, wow, Microsoft, this is like looking at an Excel spreadsheet was my first comment. I was like, wow, I'm looking at a spreadsheet here for just wanting to level up my character. Like it was all over the place. And then wow. I was like, when that stream was over, I went and I started reading about Dark Souls 2, like more of the systems. And as I'm sitting there looking at like old Reddit threads of people writing, I'm like, I'm getting angrier. I'm getting angrier about what this game is. And I'm like, this is making me angry sitting here reading about these systems that are in this game, how you can permanently lose health. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm going to play it again in the future. I will come back to it, but it was not the right time or place for me to be playing a game like that. That was I don't know. I jumped into Dark Souls 3 the next stream and I've loved it ever since. Fantastic video game. Might even be my favorite Souls game at this point. I only have like 2 bosses left, including that includes the DLC and everything. So great game. Dark Souls 3. I'm loving it from start to finish. Like the second I started playing, I was like, this feels good immediately. Dark Souls 2 never felt good. The second I gained control of my character, something was off. I can't put my finger on it. And it's weird. So I don't know. I did not like DS2. I will come back to it again. I promise I will. I've said that. I just need I think I just need to be in a different different position in life at the moment to do that.
Different frame of mind.
Yes. I will come back, but man, it was, oh my goodness. I did not enjoy. I gave it 4 hours and I didn't enjoy a single minute of those 4 hours. But Dark Souls 3, the second I picked it up, the very next stream, it's felt good ever since. It's a fantastic game. It's more streamlined, where for you go from point A to point B. There might be like 2 routes to get there, but overall I found I don't really get lost in Dark Souls 3 like the other ones. And that's not a bad thing, because sometimes a really good game, like even if the prior ones are made all about discovery, not knowing where to go, you can make a game like Dark Souls 3 where it's maybe more streamlined and it's still excellent. It all depends on what the developers had in mind, their vision, and they put it on paper, they put it in the game, and it works out really well. So I'm looking forward to finishing that hopefully this week. I should be finishing that up this week. There's only like 2 bosses left. I technically beat the game. I killed the final boss of the base game, and now I've gone back to the DLC, which is harder bosses and stuff like that, and I'm working through that. So only 2 left, but that should be completed this week. And that game's great. Dark Souls 2, not good. Nice. Not good, but Dark Souls 3, good, very good game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Dark Souls 2 being one of those games. You said polarizing. Yeah, a lot of people straight up do not like it, And I guess I have a similar experience. Since we're talking about it, Mega Man, I'm a big Mega Man fan, and I decided to play like every Mega Man, and I went on a journey. I played Mega Man on the NES 1 through 6, and then 7 on the Super Nintendo. And then Mega Man 8 is one of those games like, but I felt like the game was good in the variety sense, but I can understand why people hate that game. When it came out, it was very different, but I don't have that because I didn't play the game when it came out, so I don't have that experience. Right. So to me, it was variety. Hey, it's a different Mega Man 8, and then Mega Man 9 and 10, and then 11 that came out like 6 years ago, and or 7 years ago, and I played. Then after I got through Mega Man 1 through 11, I'm like, okay, let me play the X series. I had never played the X series. I ended up playing the Game Boy ones, 1 through 5, amazing. There's a couple of Genesis ones that I need to play, called the Wily Wars, Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 on the Genesis. That's very interesting. But here's the story. So Mega Man X7 is a game that people were telling me, you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this. And in my experience, I was like, hey, I'm gonna play the whole thing, good or bad. I'm just gonna hey, variety, it's like a whole experience, right? But when I got to Mega Man X7, I realized that it was true. this is a bad game. And I had played Mega Man 1 through 11, 1 through 5 on the Game Boy, X1 through X6 on the Super Nintendo. I literally need 2 games to finish like this whole saga of Mega Man games. And I get to 7. I played it for 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm done. I don't care. I'm done.
Oh no.
I quit.
That's it. You're just done.
Yeah.
You're not further.
I'm not playing that. And it was I wasn't really salty about it, but I was like, wow, I understand now why people hate this game. This is horrible. Please do not play this game. PSA,
Wow.
do not play Mega Man X7.
I love it. Oh man. That's there's just some games
horrible.
yeah,
horrible with the sound effects. Like it is very annoying. You guys know like Navi for Ocarina of Time, like, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Like that, but way more annoying. It's like if you're playing with the character Zero, you're playing the game. Can you hear me, Zero? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Zero? They don't shut up. It's like the whole game. You're like, dude, I'm trying to play a video game.
I'm right here.
Please stop. I can hear you. Yes.
I have headphones on.
Stop.
I can hear you.
And then there's a very, very famous, infamous, there's a boss fight, and you have the robot asking you, can you hear me, Zero? And the boss has this sound effect like, burn to the ground, burn to the ground. It's like, can you hear me, Zero? Burn to the ground. Can you burn to the ground, burn to the ground? It's insane. If you look it up on YouTube, you will be like, how can people play this? It's the most annoying sound I've ever heard in my life. It's the most annoying thing ever. It's like, no.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Let's with that in mind, keep that in mind. Let's transition to the next part of our podcast. We're gonna, with all that in mind, we're gonna transition into something here. I really don't have a segue here. I'm just trying to make up something here.
We're just going.
Yeah, we're just gonna go here. Between all of there's been a lot of consoles that have released over the years, and I was doing some research the other day, and this article was updated as of February 17th. So, just over a month ago. And it was talking about all of the consoles and how they performed in sales. And this list, this is curated by IGN. And it's updated quite regularly as like new reports come out and stuff like that. They list 5 video game consoles as the top selling video game consoles of all time. I want to see if you guys can get all 5 of them. There's 5 consoles that have released top selling. Now here's a couple stipulations. Let me put this in perspective a little bit here. These sales, the IGN puts this on there saying some sales figures come straight from the hardware manufacturers, while others are estimated based on most recent reported numbers and market analysis. Unofficial sales totals are marked with an asterisk, whatever. I guess that doesn't apply here. We focus on standalone gaming console sales, no add-ons, and excluded edutainment systems and multi-purpose phones and tablets. This does include handhelds, though.
Well, that's a hint right there.
Yep. This does consoles. This is just game consoles, handheld consoles, game consoles, home consoles. There are 5 in particular, and I'll kind of run through like some of the highlights that I thought were interesting on here. Well, they have 30 altogether. I'm not going to go through all 30 right now, but can you guys guess the top 5? And I'll give you the hardware estimates that are projected on these sales, or they're 100% accurate. 5 best selling video game consoles, including handhelds, of all time.
Okay, should we write it down or should we?
You can just say, I have the list here in front of me. Just go ahead and you can talk it out. You can take some guesses, whatever.
Okay. I am going to say Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. Let me see. The Xbox 360 sits at number 9 with 85 million sold.
Do you know what I think is one? The Wii.
The Nintendo Wii is not on the list. Nintendo Wii is not on the list.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Let me check to see where it is.
Get out! I'm not looking. I'm making sure I don't look at the live.
Nintendo Wii is number 7. Number 7 at 101.63 million. Number 7 most sold console of all time.
Wow.
What you got?
I was gonna say the Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch is the 3rd highest selling video game console at 150.86 million units.
Wow.
150.86 million units. All right, so we have one of the top 5. That's number 3.
I'm going to say the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
The NES is not in the top 5. Let me see if I can find out. Nintendo Entertainment System is number not even in the top 30. It doesn't. I don't see it on the list anywhere, to be honest.
Okay.
Wow.
It might have been too new, not highly adopted yet.
Okay. Bosch?
I am going to say the PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1 is not in the top 5. I'm trying to see if I can find where that would be. PlayStation 1 is not in the top 5. I'm not sure where that is in this list. It's kind of hard to jump around.
It's got to be PlayStation 2.
PS2, right? Number 1 console sold of all time at 160 million units moved. 160 million.
Wow.
The PS2.
Well, before I started to realize I was keeping all of my old consoles from my youth and from my life. The first one I just said to myself, I have to keep this because I never thought about them letting us play games on new systems, was PS2, because I was like, I always want to have a way to play Kingdom Hearts. Crazy.
PS2. Crazy. They were making PS2 games all the way. They were putting PS2 games out for PS2 when the PlayStation 4 released. They were still releasing 2 generations back. The FIFA games were coming out still on PS2 at that point. It was nuts.
Wow.
But yeah, PlayStation 2, number 1 sold. So we have number 1 and we have number 3. Number 1, PS2. Number 3, Nintendo Switch.
What you got, Chess?
I'm going to say PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3 is not in the top 5.
Ouch.
PlayStation 3 is number 8 at 87.5 mil.
I'm going to skip over PlayStation 4, even though I think it's on the list. So I'm going to say N64.
Nintendo 64, not on the top 5.
Wow. It's so crazy. These to put into perspective, how much more accessible
the 64 was number 18.
Okay.
Pretty fairly on the bottom half.
Wow.
32.9 mil. I'll give you a hint. There is at least another PlayStation console on here.
Okay.
And that could be again, remember this does include handhelds. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm going to include a handheld now. I'm going to guess the Game Boy, the original Game Boy.
The original Game Boy sold 118.69 million, and it is number 4 on our list.
Wow.
Nice.
118.69 million. Now they did combine Game Boy and Game Boy Color for this. And I want to say it's probably because games were released across both. For the most part, it just the Game Boy Color enhanced it a little bit, but they do consider it the same generation.
I'm gonna say PS4.
PS4 is number 5 at 117.2 million. So we have number 1 PS2, number 3 Nintendo Switch, number 4 the Game Boys, and number 5 the PS4. We're missing one console, and this is number 2.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
I am going to guess The Dreamcast.
The
Sega
Dreamcast is not the number. The Dreamcast is number 29 of 30.
Oh man,
9.13. What I will give you a hint. Number 2 is a handheld device.
I was gonna say I think it's a PSP
It is not the PSP. PlayStation Portable
or Vita.
is 10. Number 10 at 82.5 mil.
I don't know how to distinguish the two. Is Vita a different system?
Vita is a newer version that came out for around the PS3 era, and that is 25 at 14 mil. So
Nintendo 3DS.
Nintendo 3DS is not in the top 5.
Oh.
Nintendo 3DS sits at number 12 at 75.9.
How about the first DS?
Nintendo DS sits at number 2. 154.02 million units moved.
Beautiful,
The number 2 top selling video game console of all time, the Nintendo DS.
I still have one.
Oh wow.
Some things I want to note, some things I think is quite interesting is the Nintendo Wii. We talked about Nintendo Wii, right? That was a guess on here. I think that was number 7, 101.63. Just to talk about Wii versus Wii U for a second here. So 101 mil and put it at number 7. The Nintendo Wii U was number 27 at only 13.5 million units moved. I think we all know why. There was a very bad marketing with that name, and everyone thought it was an attachment.
Yeah, me too. But hey, at least the Wii U did better than the Dreamcast. So take that, Sega.
Number 30, if anybody's wondering, I'm curious if anybody here had this console. Write us an email or something and tell us what you thought about it. If you had this, but it was the number 30 was the Turbo Graphics 16 at 8.5 million sold. I don't know anybody who's ever owned the.
Wait, what is Turbo Graphics 16? What number is that?
Number 30. That was the lowest of the consoles here, the Turbo Graphics 16.
Yeah.
It was an absolute failure in the West, is what they wrote here. It sold far more in Japan, but the West did not enjoy that console whatsoever.
Interesting.
But that's number 30. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that could be interesting on this list.
Is the CDI in there?
CDI? I don't think so. GameCube, one of my beloved consoles, with 22, number 22. Trying to see if there's anything. The Super Nintendo was number 16.
I was going to guess that next, actually. Wow,
yeah.
16.
Oh, I'm sorry. The NES is on here. Sorry, they literally labeled it as NES instead of instead of Nintendo Entertainment System, which I was searching for, was number 14.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably all the main ones to note. The PS3 was number 8. I don't know if I think PS3 was mentioned.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all of them. So I thought that'd be kind of a fun game to go through and see if we can narrow that down. Who is the most the number one selling consoles?
Very interesting.
Before we are coming towards the end of our podcast here. One thing that I'd like to transition to real quick here is we do have a email that you guys can send emails to us. We have a phone number that you guys can call, leave a voicemail, or we even receive text messages, which we did today. We're going to be reading a text message in just a moment. The email you can send to is email@arcadeparlorcast.com. That's email@arcadeparlorcast.com. Send whatever you want there. Send if somebody gets something totally wrong on here, send us a correction. We're happy to read corrections. And, if what we said was totally dumb, we'll correct it in the next episode. Or if you wanted to just send in a topic that you think would be fun for us to talk about, you're more than welcome to do that. We also have a phone number, 402-915-1082, 402-915-1082. You can call that. If you call that number, it goes directly to voicemail. You hear my voice saying, "Thanks for calling Arcade Parlor. Leave your message." And you can leave a message right there, or you can text it. It also receives text messages, and we can your text, your voicemail, your email might just be on the episode in a future episode. We do have a text message here. Ashley, I sent that to you. Would you mind reading that for us?
Surely. It says, "Hello, Arcade Parlor. With the latest Nintendo Direct just happening, what games are you excited for getting when they are released? Also, are any of you going to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2 or planning on getting one? Thank you for taking the time to answer."
Yeah, there was a direct the other day, wasn't there?
There was.
I did not think it was a very good direct. I feel like most people did not think it was building up to the hype of Switch 2. I don't think it was the best direct they could have put out directly before that.
Yeah.
But one thing that in particular stuck out from that direct, and I'm trying to see it. I wish I had written this down. It was a game that's hand drawn.
Oh yeah,
that looked really cool. Called. I wish I wrote this down. I forgot to write it down. It's hand drawn, and basically you're an old man. In fact, I'll find it here. I found a thing that has all the announcements from it. But basically, you are an old man in it, and the whole game is hand drawn. It kind of reminded me of here it is, The Eternal Life of Goldman. The Eternal Life of Goldman. This is not just a Nintendo exclusive game. It was just the first time it was shown was at this. It's hand drawn, kind of like if you remember when everybody saw the 5-second clip of Cuphead. Initially, everyone was like, "What was that? What was that?" It was just a compilation thing. Everyone was like, "What was that game back there? That looked incredible." This one did have a full trailer. It kind of reminded me. It gave me the vibes of like, wait, what is this game? And it kind of looks like it's kind of like DuckTales ish. You have your cane that you upgrade, and you can like pogo on top of people and stuff. But you're just an old man who's beating people up, killing people, getting some platforming, and it looks really cool. The Eternal Life of Goldman.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the Eternal Life of Goldman. I want to immediately wishlisted it on Steam because I don't want to play that on my Switch. But I did wishlist it because I think I might pick that up when it comes out. It looked really, really cool. It stuck out to me, but that one, at least that's my thoughts on the direct.
Yeah. You mind if I go, Ashley?
Please
do. You have anything?
We all go after.
In my I love shoot 'em ups, games like Gradius and R-Type. Basically games where a little spaceship is shooting other things flying in space. That genre, people refer to it as shmups for shoot 'em ups, and I really love those games. And I'm a big fan of the Gradius series. And when I saw the collection, they announced a Gradius collection called Gradius Origins. I thought to myself, just another collection. There's a lot of collections. There's even a Gradius collection that came out for the PlayStation that had like Gradius 1 through 5 or something. But this one, when I initially saw it, I was like, oh, interesting. But then as I looked deeper into it, these are all arcade ports that have been going to be ported for the Switch and other consoles. Or I don't know I don't think it's a Switch exclusive. I'm pretty sure it's for other consoles. So, but this game, it has Gradius 1 through 2 and 3 for arcade. The arcade versions of Gradius, which is a very famous shoot 'em up by Konami, and also Salamander, which is like the Japan counterpart of these games. And they have a new game. It's going to be 5 games total plus a new game from 2025, like Salamander 3. Like what? And so I think I'm gonna get it.
Wow.
I'm a big fan of shmups, but the amount of special features, save states, you can go back. There's a training mode. There's all this stuff that I was like, wow, I think I am enticed. So that's the only one that I could say that I was interested in, and pre-order for $35. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm excited about that one.
Nice, very nice.
For me, so there was a part about will we be pre-ordering the Switch 2?
Yes.
We stream. We're ordering it. We have to.
Right.
Of course, I'm gonna probably yeah, I will definitely be pre-ordering it for pickup
Yeah.
and everything. Uh so I was watching the direct, minding my business, not really caring about any of the games on it, to be honest with you. And then I saw something and I said, that's Rhythm Heaven. So that's Rhythm Heaven. I've been waiting years for this. I've been waiting years. And we were all having a discussion in Poncho's Discord. And I'm like, all capitals, Rhythm Heaven! Oh my God! This is Rhythm Heaven! And I never felt joy like that. It was the highlight of my year until the end of the announcement when they flashed the numbers 2026.
There is.
For what?
Ouch.
For what, Nintendo? For what? What are you telling me now? You don't have enough to talk about? You're going to tell me about this game? It's for what? You're going to show Metroid Prime for all these poor people been waiting years for Metroid. No, just 2025 for them. Sorry, 7 years for y'all. But 2025 for sure. It's Rhythm Heaven. You had to tell us that far in advance. Like I really don't think it was that big of a deal that we needed to know about it that far in advance. It should have been out that day. And I'm very upset about it, but that's the game.
I agree that should have been an available later today announcement. I think it should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it, the game is very simple, right? It's not like this. It should have been one that was already done.
Right.
And then shipped.
Why say anything?
I mean, I don't know.
Why? Why would you get me so excited? I'm the niche crew that everyone was all excited about their Metroids and their Sims and all this stuff. Everyone's all excited, and here I am sitting like a bump on a log, not caring about any of the games, just happy for my friends that like Metroid. And the one thing that lit my life up was just taken right away from me. It's March, bro. Yeah. It's March.
I got excited about that.
For?
I didn't see the date though.
I did. And sorry to burst your bubble, kid.
Yeah, you said that in your stream. Like I was like, 2026. What? We're in March. Like before GTA 6. Come on, give us.
I know.
Man,
I'm gonna get GTA 6 before Rhythm Heaven at this point. Man. Silk Song before Rhythm Heaven.
I literally just read an article yesterday about how all these studios are holding on to their releases, waiting for Rockstar to drop their date because they don't want to be anywhere close. They don't want to be close anywhere close.
Like, we're staying away from that.
Rhythm Heaven. No, not Grand Theft Auto 6. But no, there are so many developers that are holding their breath, waiting for Rockstar to announce their date because they don't want to be anywhere close to that thing.
Right.
And get blown away.
Can I reply to that question? When am I gonna get a Switch? Or a Switch 2? Me personally, like I got a Switch, and I was actually streaming on the Wii U. I got a Switch when Mario Maker 2 was announced, so I might get a Switch. I might be enticed to get a Switch, or if a really good game comes out. But like system wise, I like to wait for a game to come out, and also that gives the system a little bit of chance to kind of. Get the bugs fixed or something. But people have asked me, and I gotta admit that if you put a sticker on a Switch, a number 2 sticker, and put it in there, I will buy that right now if it has Mario Maker 3. So I really want that game.
Good luck with that.
For me with the Switch 2 pre-order purchase, it really depends on their direct coming up. It's to me, a new console's great. I want to know about the services that are coming with it. Everybody knows Nintendo Switch Online is like decades behind anything else that's ever been released. And the games too. I mean, I fully expect they're gonna say Mario Kart will be a launch title. I fully expect that, and that's gonna sell millions. If they say Mario Kart's launch title, I'll probably look into pre-ordering it, getting it pretty quick. But ultimately it depends. Yeah, it really depends on what they say is coming with it. I can wait. Every game that's coming out is coming out on better performing platforms today. And if they don't have something that's going to be like, yo, you can only get this on Switch, and it's going to be great on Switch. I don't have a reason to go out and get one. I mean, I'm in no rush. I am personally in no rush for a Switch 2 right now.
I will be the person on the April 2nd direct that has Best Buy, Target, Walmart all open, ready to go with the words Switch 2 in the search bar on all of my tabs, ready to be flying to get a pre-order that day, just in case, because
you never know.
That will be me 100%. And God help me if they also put out a Zelda version of the system, because Nintendo puts a Triforce on it and I will buy.
I don't think you're going to see that for a while. They don't usually do that special edition until they know people are willing to start double dipping. So,
Honcho, I live my life in a positive way where I put things out into the world and hope that they happen. So, Zelda Switch 2, Zelda Edition Switch 2, Breath of the Wild 3, Rage.
Hey, people, like, my argument with Mario Maker 3, and we get a lot of this in our community. There's people that say they're hopeful, people that are not. My theory is this: if there's a Pikmin 4, there's a Mario Maker 3. And I know that Pikmin is like Miyamoto's baby and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played the game. It looks kind of cool, but there's a Splatoon 3. There's a Pikmin 4. It's going to happen. Like, that's the way I think about it. Mario Maker 3 is a done deal. It's going to sell. That's it. My opinion.
My opinion that you didn't ask for? They're not making it. But if they do, I'll be the first one to sell out and be a Mario Maker 3 streamer the next day.
Yeah. I think I'm going to call it. You guys can refer to this podcast in the future and call me like I can see the future. They're going to release 2 games, Mario Maker 3 and Mario Maker 3D. 2 games.
2 separate.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
the money maker.
Do we really want 3D Mario in the hands of 99% of the Mario Maker 2 creators? I don't know if we do.
I got a prediction for you. You want to refer back to this podcast, Zelda Maker and Paper Zelda. You refer right back to
there's a theory that Nintendo attempted to go with Zelda Maker and then backed out. There's a pretty good theory out there you can read about that they decided not to. That I'm saying it's out there. They decided not to do it because it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work. It takes a whole different mind to do a Zelda Maker, I think, than a Mario level.
Right? Zelda Maker. Yeah, exactly.
They have Questmaster, which is basically Link to the Past builder. I think that it's in the works.
They have Mega Man Maker fan made too, and Mega Man Maker was something that was going to happen before Mario Maker 1, and it didn't happen at Capcom. They canceled that, but it was going to happen before Mario Maker 1. But yeah, I think that the Maker games, some people have asked me, like, what is there no Mario Maker 3? Like, I love retro and I love like other, like, I can always play hacks. But I think that other Maker games are enticing for me too as a gamer. Like, I might get into a Zelda, what's that game called? Dungeon Quest.
Questmaster.
Questmaster, I think.
Questmaster, my bad. Yes. I actually have a Shmuppy Maker. It's called Shmup Maker. It's a full-fledged like game that I bought on Steam. You can make your own shoot 'em up, and you can it's pretty nuts. It's amazing, and you can upload your own sprites.
Is that the one I saw of you playing with your face as shooting lasers out of your eyes?
Yes, I made that. I made that emote in that.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I made that emote in that game. I literally just screenshot the game, and that's my face shooting lasers.
Love it. Well, we here are right at the end of the podcast here. I do want to go around the room really quick so that we can all have a moment to self-promo, talk about maybe a cool project we have coming up that we want to share and where people can maybe find that, get a little hype out of it and stuff like that. We'll start. Ashley, we'll start with you. Where can people find you? What do you have coming up?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Ashley_FL with 2 E's. I'm streaming Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, doing Super Mario World. I've just started Invictus this week, which has been super fun. I am still doing my OOT randos. I'm doing Tropical Freeze, and when I finish Tropical Freeze, I will be attempting my first Souls-like game ever, doing a little Liza P. I'm gonna do a little Liza P in April. Very excited for that.
That's a great introductory game to that genre.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't take your opinion into consideration for that, my friend. I put out daily YouTube shorts. You can go to ashleyfl.com if you want to see anything about me. And I also have a Zeldathon coming this summer. Starting at the end of June, I will be doing every Zelda game ever. Yes, CDI games. Yes, the Game Boy games. It will take probably a couple of years at least, but I will be doing every Zelda game ever. Zeldathon starting this summer.
Great.
Very cool.
Chess, where can our viewers find you? What do you have coming up?
I am at twitch.tv/chess_WC. And right now, what I got going on is April, I'm going to add new stuff, even though I play a lot of Mario Maker. I am trying to play, trying to incorporate a little bit more retro this month. I am going to bring back some shoot 'em ups. After a very long time, very long break, I'm going to bring back some shmuppies, as we call it, shmuppy Sundays. And some chess, too. I want to do some chess, too. I want to bring that back. So I kind of want April to be like more content oriented, because the other months I've been working on like the contest. I have a baby precision competition 2 level contest, and it's a precision, like a light or baby precision contest. Also a music stream. I'm having a lot of fun with the music streams. I play music like drums and play all night. Open requests. I do that every 4th Wednesday of the month. And so in May is when the precision level contest happens, and we are the first prize is $50 either Steam or Nintendo gift card, and $20 for second prize. And just amazing. It's going to be so awesome. We had so much fun on the first competition like that we held in January. So this May we will have the part 2 of that. And you can find that on my YouTube channel. You can look at the trailer, and it'll direct you to, where to find more information. There's a Google Doc with all the rules and suggestions. But there is a trailer on YouTube on my channel, which is also chess_WC. And yes, that's about it.
Great. As for me, you can find me at twitch.tv/Pancho Taco. Going to be finishing Dark Souls 3 this week. I'm also going to be finishing God of War 2, which I started yesterday on the 12-hour stream. Played it for probably about 8 or 9 hours of that, and got really far, really enjoying it. Going to be, as soon as DS3 is over, going to be finishing that up. And then there's some other stuff coming up here that we'll talk about as we get closer. I got to figure out what I'm going to play next, if I'm going to be totally honest. I got a couple ideas that I'm toying with. But yeah, that's it. Chess, it's been wonderful having you back on here a second time, just over 2 years later, coming back on. It's great to have you back on here, buddy.
Yes, it's very cool to be here. I feel very lucky as a person that I get to stream, and I feel very in a very fortunate place. Like, we get to do this for fun, and also, like, I've learned so much from you guys, from Ashley and from Pancho. It's a pleasure to be invited, especially a second time. I felt like a rock star the first time, and just so much fun to talk to you guys, and I really appreciate you guys, and I'm very proud of you guys. This podcast is awesome. Like, I've listened to so many episodes, and I feel very fortunate to have been invited a second time. So awesome. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
Happy to have you back, my friend. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Bosch. This has been episode number 30. If you're listening, if you were able to listen to this live or in the actual podcast episode release, we want to say thank you. And we will see you on episode 31. Have a great night, everyone. Adios. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.